This video will demonstrate creating an automated eRubric using eMarking Assistant. Here we're in the guided tool. We'll scroll down and you'll see a blank rubric. What we will do is we will insert our criteria in the first column. I'll have two broad criteria. One is to do with content and the other is to do with presentation. I will just fill in example criteria now. Normally the criteria will be much more detailed, but for the sake of this video we'll make them quite brief. Once I've put in those example criteria, I can then put in some marks associated with each one. Introduction is worth 5 marks. The argument is 10. Use of evidence again is 15. And presentation, spelling and grammar is 5, and APA format is 7. I can then enter the grading standards. I've already entered them here, F, D, C, B, and A, and also the percentages associated with them. So a F grade is between 0% to 59%, and you'll see the A grade there as well. I can then enter in performance descriptors or performance standards for each of the criteria, and I'll enter them quickly. And you'll see I'm filling out the performance standards. This is a normal Word table, so anything I can do in Word, I could do here. I've just highlighted and copied some rows, and I'm just going to duplicate them. I can make the table look a little bit better by using some shading. I've highlighted presentation, and I'll go up to design and change the shading of that to a grey, and then I'll repeat that for content. Now we've entered some of the criteria. Normally you'd enter all of the performance standards, and now I can check if it's working with eMarking Assistant. I'll show the toolbar, Alt F8, and there's the toolbar. I can show the eRubric tab, click in a cell and then select it. You'll see it puts the appropriate color in and then works out the mark. I'll do that for here as well. You will see that if you change the total maximum mark, I'll change it to out of 20, I will need to unselect and then select the cell again, and then it will calculate the correct mark. I can make a number of other changes. I can change the number of decimal points that are shown in the if I want, but I won't do that now. I will then press F8 and that will total the calculate the totals. You'll notice that I forgot to put a total mark for this assignment. I'll just make this out of 50%, click OK, and that puts the 50% in this cell. So there we've got our rubric and it's operating. Of course we haven't, the grade is fairly small because we haven't marked the other items. What I could do now is save this, so I could reuse this very easily in assignments. Before doing that, I will just unselect these cells, and then I will just highlight the rubric by stroking over it, and then use this menu to save it. Once I've saved it, I can of course go to any other assignment, type rubric, scroll to the appropriate rubric, which is this one here, and then insert it in the body of the assignment, and then I could use that.